All right, this is your DL-2 door light cutter machine. Right here on top, you got your start button and your stop button. The start button here will turn your motor on when I press the button, and then if I want to kill the motor, I just hit the red button there. And then down here, we've got our locks, our X and Y locks. Here's our X movement here. You bring it up, then you slide it long ways. And then this one here, I like to keep them together. They'll lock going this way, and then you can go back and forth on your cutter for your cut. This knob here, you push it in, your cutter bit will go down. And then you pull it back out and it'll come back up. Your reciprocation button, you use this for while you're cutting. It goes up and down about 1/4 inch to 5/16 on your cutter bit so it doesn't get hot, especially on metal doors, okay? And this here is an option. It's a single skin cut option. It's for metal doors. When you're cutting like 22 to 16 gauge doors, you want to use single skin. You push it in. There's a spacer that comes between the two cylinders in the back to hold it up in the air, so you only cut one skin at a time to save your bit life and make it easier to cut, okay? Once you make your top skin cut, then you pull it, you lift your head up, then you pull it out, and then it'll go all the way down through and then make your cut for your cut out the whole door, okay? All right, this is your clamps and your open and close on your carriage on your back section, depending on what width door you got. So you hit open, it opens up, unclamps, and opens it up, okay? Then we hit close. If you want to say this is a 35-inch door. You're at 38 inches, you hit close and it'll close up 3 inches. There's a tape down here, you can't see with the door there. And then you can automatically close it to 35. And then when you're there, you stop there, then you come up here to your door stop with your door, hold it there, then you hit clamp and it'll clamp up. And then if you want to do a 2 1/8 template on this DL2, it doesn't have the option D, which is your faceplate router and your bolt drill. So what you do is you hit your template, and it's in right now. You pull it up, it'll swing out of the way. And then when you want to use it to do your 2 1/8 hole, you just push it in. It'll come in, lock in, and then you can make your cut. And this is your door stop, depending on what size door you're doing, a 6/8, 7/08 hoe. And over here, we got the door stop that goes up and hits the top of your door. So you just take it down, we want to feed a door in. Here comes your door coming in now. You go past it, you lift it up, come up, butt against it, then you hit door clamp, and you're able to clamp it, okay? I'm just going to show you how to adjust from 8/0 to, right now it's a 6/8. You pull this up, you go back 4 inches, and that's your 8/0 or 7/0, and then pull it up, and it goes back, and here's your 8/0 door. This is our X-axis here in the front, our tape here. Our top tape here is 0 here, is for our 6/8 door. Then down below, it's you go to your right here, it goes out to your 8/0 door to stop. So you got more travel to the top of your door. So basically what I want to do is cut 5 inches from the top of the door. So here's my pointer here. And this here pointer represents the 1/2 inch bit I got in there, cutter bit. So at the top of the door, you want to read that side of the tape. And then at the bottom of your cut, you want to read this side of the reader here. Once I get set here, I put my lock on here so it doesn't move. I'm at 5 inches. I loosen this guy, and I bring it down, and I put it in place there. That's my brake there. If you're doing 5 inches a lot, we got this here pin here and this. You take a 1/4 inch drill bit and drill through your plate like right here. So every time you could just come over here and automatically just set that through the plate here, and it's set for your 5 inch from the top of the door. That's what this is all about right here. I want to take it down to 44 inches. I'm just throwing a number out there. So I just bring it down here, read the top of the tape again, and I set the tape on this side to 44 inches. All right, so my Y travel is up here on this collar bar. This collar bar here, we can make for different width door cuts. And a lot of times what customers will do, they'll paint their bar here on the end so they know which cut it is, so they have their bar mark. But this here collar setting right here represents a 3/0 door. This one here would be a 210, 2.8, 2.6. So you get whatever width door you're doing, you got your adjustment. Then we got collars out here in the center, and this is where your door, your head travels from this head here and then out to here, okay? And that's what that's all about. And then if you're making double cuts, say if you have a collar here, you just lift the bar up and go over your other collar and then make your second cut there. All right, so right now I got my pointer at 7/0 or real close to my 7-inch cut from the edge of the door in 7 inches. So right there, I want to hit the lock here on my lock, so it doesn't slide back and forth. And we would adjust this collar, but since this collar is already adjusted for this one here, we're fine there. So now I just want to, I got to move my collar over there. So I want to cut my here at 28. So I got to read the other side of the thing here. So if I go to 27.5, let's see right there, then I'll come down here and I got to adjust my collar. So now I just loosen the collar here and then push it against there and tighten it down, and that'll be my cutout for the wide travel. Because you got to change your belt speeds when you're doing a wood door to your metal door. So I'll take the guard off here, then I'll show you what the settings are. So here's your setting for your door. This here is our slowest cut mode. It's like when you're doing your 22, where the belt is down here on the bottom. This will be the slowest speed. So it's like, this will be for your metal doors from like 22 gauge to 16 gauge. Then we got the middle pulley here, and we use that one for our 24 to 26 gauge metal doors, okay? Then the top one is for your wood or fiberglass doors, the fastest speed we got, okay? All you gotta do is loosen this, then you can lift up, then you push it in, and then you just gotta turn it to get it to go up. Okay, so once we got the belt here all situated, we pull back, and then we all right, you should be good to go at that point. So now we'll put the guard back on and we'll turn the machine power back on. Okay, right now I'm gonna cut my template, my 2 1/8 template right here. So I bring the head over, go back. Oh, I got my collar bar. You gotta lift your hand up, get it past to get it out there. Okay, you wanna get it in the center, and then what I do is you lock it both ways, so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, we're gonna turn our power on. All right, and then we're gonna push the button in, it's gonna go down. All right, so now I'm gonna release this one, they're gonna go straight back. Okay, now there's okay. All right, so once we're done with that, I bring the head up, and then I'm gonna move the template out of the way, and then I'll be ready for the cut. Okay, now I'm getting ready to make my rectangle cut here. So what I need to do is turn the power on, and I don't go to the top of my doorstop to make my cut, because you might get a little divot on your cut. I come back like an inch. All right, and then I turn the power on. I go up to the stop, then I bring my thumb there's your cut. Also, underneath here, I didn't have it set up, but we've got this angle iron. We put underneath your edge of your cut when you're doing laminate doors. So when the cutout wants to fall out, when you're about ready to finish your cut, it won't chip the bottom of your door. It'll hold it up enough so it won't chip that side. So when you finish your cut, then it'll just drop off in there. Then also for cutting your fan, your window, fan lights, or whatever ovals you're doing, Therma-Tru or whatever door manufacturer have will send you a template. So we just made a template up here, and I just traced a black line from my top half moon window there So basically, we send this jig out with the machine, and to get these pins on one's here and one's down here for doing a full one. And then we also got a hole here in the middle for like doing like a half one like this. We could have got away with just doing a hole here, just using a half a sheet instead of a full sheet of plywood, okay? So basically, we come in here, so to make our jig so it'll work on the machine, we take it, we lay this on top of your thing, and you go flush with to the edge here. Keep it flush and flush to the top. Then I take some vice grip clamps here, and then down here, then 1964's drill bit. Just drill straight through the plywood, and all 3 spots or 2. You only need 2 pins, and it's just enough to hold it in place above the DL-2 cutter head. So if the cone will go in here and follow this cutout out, and this here will hold the jig in place with the 2 plugs here, and then there's clamps on the back of the machine that come in and clamp it down. So I'm going to show you how that fits right now. So now here's the top of our door cutout, and we used our 8/0 stop for this cutout, so that's why it's so high up here, but it'll work for your 6/8/0 door for cutting out your ovals. So this will be our cutout. With this cutout, I got this locked into place here, and I got 2 clamps on the other side on the movable fence. And what happens is when I hit door clamp, it's going to come up, clamp down. So now it won't move, okay? Now it's sitting steady. Then I can bring my head over now and just cut this out, okay? And then that's all it takes. Now this pin here, I could do 3 different cuts with this pin here. I could do, right now I got it made for a 3/0 door. And then if I kick it over, I'm just gonna pick it up and move it out of the way. See, I was in this hole right here. This is for a 3/0 door. And then I could do a 210 and a 2/8 just by picking what hole I'm at. It just moves the whole template in closer to keeps the center of the door. All right, this regulator here, this little mini reg, is for your clamp pressure on doors. We set it at 60 pounds and ship it out. But if you're doing heavier doors and it's not coming all the way up, you could crank it up here. You can go up to 80, whatever you want to go to. But the main reason why we keep it at 60 is so if you're doing metal doors, when it clamps up, it don't ding the doors is what it's all about. This little mini reg here, we set it for 5 to 10 PSI. And all it does is it oils the arbor here in the front of the housing. So it only works is when the head is down. And then air should be coming through there, which is not. There's a slide valve here. Okay, so when it's down, you just set it at 5 to 10 PSI, and you just want to drop once a minute, and it's just oiling the bearings inside the arbor.